Okay, let's go through this challenge. First opponent. Yeah. So I think it makes sense. This hand seems like reasonable to keep. I'm just gonna go through this kind of quickly. And I exiled the wish, so I guess I gotta be careful in case I hit another wish, right? And I think it made sense to impulse here. And I hit the other wish. And now I'm basically giga screwed. Um, yeah. Their hand would have to be pretty bad here, because basically I only have 2 wishes in my deck. And yeah. Looks like they're holding up a discharge. I tank for a while here if I can afford to not play my wish, but I figure I just have to. And I wish. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm supposed to like play a third win con for that situation. It's like pretty rare that my gemstone would be exiled and then I'd hit my wish. There's a consideration to like not exiling this gemstone, but um wish is just like pretty bad to draw. Like it's in your deck to win con card. Um Maybe there's like some argument that I'm going to Hex Magic if it's open deck list. I have a little bit more information that maybe I'm going to Hex Magic. But like even then, I'd probably rather exile the Impulse than the Wish because if under the Hex Magic. Anyway, so I do try to go. Yeah. So now here play Rel, even though it seemed like they probably had Discharge, but I was like, um, I felt like if I didn't make them sack the captain, I might have been dead. I mean, I guess I'd have to do the exact math here. So maybe I could have played it slower with Hex. Oh no, the problem was like if I don't make them sack captain this turn, then they just hit me for like 10, and then the next turn they sack captain and I lose. So yeah, captain very fucking good against the deck. So I cast impulse because I was trying to hit mana because I felt like I had to make them sack it this turn. Yeah, and then I go to fetch and they sack the captain. Sure. And I got a mountain because I could cast this. I guess I could cycle it at any point. Oh, so I could cast I could cycle my Valakut Awakening on their turn. Sure, that makes sense. And yeah, they're gonna end up having a mana, so they attack. I don't block because I figured I'd rather have them sack a creature to bombardment. And then I go for Morphos, and then they manatize it. Yeah, Ritual Hex Magic, pretty sad affair. And I'm just dead to this encampment, just lethal. I didn't realize it was lethal, so maybe I could have done something, but yeah. I mean, a lot of unfortunate stuff happened. Obviously, it's not like the draw was insane, but yeah, exiling the Both Wish made me time walk myself, which was obviously unfortunate. And yeah, so keep that in mind. Round 2. Oh, what was the first hand? It looked it looked like a one-lander. And I'm on the play, so yeah. That's not great. Yeah. I mean, it's not insane to keep this, but I'm on the play. Like, I go turn 1 Sacred Foundry. I don't know what the odds are. And it even has Wish. So, I don't know. Seems fine to mull this. Okay, this is actually pretty interesting because I could bottom. I think I'm probably supposed to bottom the Grape Shot, honestly, because I was like, oh, Grape Shot, I can wipe their board. But if you kind of think about it, and it's not like unreasonable to keep Grape Shot, honestly. But if they play turn 1, and I mean, it's not a like bad, but it's like so like if they play Ragavan, I just have to Grape Shot it probably. I can't just let them build up a board, I'd imagine. I mean, maybe I could try and like Manamorphose, and if I draw like a Ruby Medallion, I can cast it or something. But yeah, Ragavan's just so problematic in play. Um, I think this hand's like okay to keep. So the only thing about Past in Flames that makes it enticing is that like one of my like I have 2 Morphos, and like this card's mostly, you know, it's really good when you have a discounter. Obviously, I don't have a discounter, but kind of if you think about like what I could Manamorph those into, like one of the worst things to hit are more rituals, because like if I hit like a discounter, then that's good for me. If I hit like a Hex Magic, then I can draw a bunch of cards. But like if I just like hit like a Ruby Medallion and like rituals, or just like rituals, then that could be pretty bad. And I already have 1 ritual, so I only need a hit. So this is like 6 mana, right? So let's say I have like 3 lands. So it is kind of like a lot of rituals, but anyway, I don't. The problem is like if I keep the Grape Shot, the turns are kind of awkward because Grape Shot's just like awkward into Ragavan. Like if they play Ocelot, I don't know. I mean, I guess I could technically do something where like I go like turn one play a thing, they play an Ocelot, and then it's like kind of awkward. Like maybe I want to cycle Morphos. Like maybe they play in a Johnny and then I could board wipe them and it's kind of nice. But then they untap, play a 3-drop, and I'm not doing anything. I don't know. I think this is a pretty hard choice, so I'll just keep moving on to not spend too much time over it. But I think that it's like, especially, I have other cards like Fire Magic in my deck. I don't know. Anyway, so I chose to pass because I was like, oh, if they play God of Souls, maybe they'll play in a Johnny and I could get a big Grape Shot. I think they're going to play Rest in Peace here, which I don't think is too commonly played. So I guess in a sense, it does look better that I kept the Grape Shot. I see Ruby, so pretty easy to keep that. Okay, what happens here? Yeah, I think I just cycle a Morphos. Seems reasonable. Yeah, like maybe I could have waited on the second Morphos. I feel like cycling the first one's reasonable because if they untap, they could wear tear this. I mean, I could have also just gone play Ruby, get a Surveil land, like, and wait to untap. But so maybe that was an option. I mean, they probably don't have High Noon. If they had High Noon, they would have played it. And then maybe I can get a board wipe on their God of Souls. I was just scared of them having a tear for my medallion, and I felt like I should try and go get value as my Manamorphose. But maybe I should have just waited. Honestly, I think. But I was like, okay, I'll cycle one, and then I was like, oh, I drew a crap, so I kind of wanted to cycle another. I mean, it's not obvious that it's bad to cycle because I do have a lot of good hits. Like if I have the Ren's Resolves and stuff like that. But I guess part of the thing is because I have this Grape Shot, maybe I can afford to not, do stuff. But anyway. So I actually do hit Valakut Awakening, and I think, yeah, then I just bottom all these cards because I have a bunch of mana and I just want action, which makes sense. Hit a Ren's Resolve. See, Pass and Flames is kind of bad. And yeah, then those are pretty awkward hits because they have Rest in Peace, which to be fair isn't that. I don't think a lot of people play that. And then, yeah, I'm going to be kind of screwed after here. This game's actually going to be cringe to watch. Okay, what happened? Did I just wish for something? Oh, yeah, I think my plan was to, like, wish for, like, a Fire Magic and then do that, because, I mean, so I could try and hit the Rest in Peace, but I don't even have spells. Like, I have one Desperate Ritual. So that was my plan, was just wipe the board. It's obviously kind of tough, because now my Hex Magic doesn't work. Oh, I think, did I get a Glimpse? Oh, yeah. So actually, no, yeah, I got a Glimpse, because I was like, yeah, getting a board wipe. I don't even know if I had mana. It seemed loose. I get a Glimpse, and then I think I play out a second thing. Hex Magic. Okay, so yeah, things work out kind of well in a way, but not really because my hand's horrible. Their hand's bad. I rip a Resolve. I have a Hex Magic, but I just hold it to get a bigger hand size. Yeah, so I just Hex Magic here. Pretty straightforward. Oh yeah, I had a choice whether to keep the Ral or not. And maybe I should have graveyarded it looking back. But I felt that, like, maybe I should try and... Yeah, I probably should have just graveyarded the Ral, but I did keep it with the Surveil. Get a bunch of mana. I cast the Ral because if it flips, it would be like at 7 loyalty or something, or 6 loyalty. I figured that was good enough at this point. And like even if they attack it, they have to like save me a bunch of life. I think that was reasonable. But they draw Captain Ranger, devastating. They actually leave Ral in play though, which is pretty odd. Or like they could have just done 5. I don't think they probably should have hit me, but anyway. They do that. But yeah. Their draw's really bad here. I think I drew like a Beseju, and I draw a Ren's Resolve, Valakut Awakening, Ral, I try and flip it, I lose the flip. I think it would have been like 7 though. I do it on their upkeep after they Surveil, and then they High Noon and kill me. Yeah. So, what were some key things that happened there? Yeah, like keeping like maybe the turn when I went for the Morphoses, I could have just held it. I was just like, oh, I want to get my Morphoses before they can wear tear. But I guess like if they wear tear, they don't really have any pressure, and I have the Grape Shot. So maybe I could have just taken my time to draw a bit more cards. And just been like, I don't need to freak out that they're just gonna wear tear my Ruby medallion, cause I can just like wait a bit, I guess. Yeah, and like make them have it and stuff. I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, next game. And yeah, I mean, I do have a theory of like boarding pretty low on Rest in Peace. I mean, this was closed deck list, or low on Pass in Flames, and it was kind of tragic. Like if it was a lot of other things, this game would have been smoother. Second rounds, yeah, I kept this. I guess I don't know. Hex Magic, ritual it out, sure. This hand seems like it's going to turn 3, probably. And I think my opponent was stuck on a 1-land hand, so win pretty easily. I draw a Ruby, so that makes this easy. Oh yeah, actually, I just go for Ruby. I think I actually get a turn 2 here, because I was running the numbers, and I thought that like the odds were good enough and whatever. Or like, yeah. Pass in Flames, yada yada. So turn 2, stuck on 1 land. We take those. Let's go next game. Game 2. Yeah, so I did think if I should go for it, but I was like, even if I missed, I was gonna have like drawn a bunch of cards and have like Ruby in play, so it seemed pretty risk free. Just testing the Thoughtseize on the draw, pretty dicey. His hand's keepable. Thoughtseize definitely looking bad here. Honestly, did I keep this? I kind of want to keep it. Yeah, okay, I can't keep it because I don't know. Being on the draw is pretty rough, but I have like a way to win quickly. A way to, like, because I could even go like Ritual, Ruby, Grape Shot, and then have like Hex Magic, Rens Resolve. Not Thoughtseize hottest moment here. See it, that Rens Resolve, graveyarded easily. They bolt my face. Let's see, did I lose this game? What happens? Oh, I draw a land. And yeah, they did a lot of damage, but I'm just gonna go to yeah, I do the Grape Shot play, so I Grape Shot their DRC. And then drawing that's pretty huge because it's literally a free mana, and then I Hex Magic, and then I'm pretty sure I just go off. And yeah, so pretty smooth sailing, I guess. Yeah, and I guess sports noting Thoughtseize not looking that good. Okay, round 3. round 3. At least that, I mean, it's not meant for prowess, but I was experimenting with it. Oh, okay, yeah. So, I don't know. It's going to be troll, obviously. Actually, this is something very unlikely to happen happens again. Just turn 1 Striker Rich. I'm fine playing that because I'm fine playing the mountain because I guess maybe I should have fetched because I could Valakut Awakening back the mountain in. I didn't think about that. So actually, yeah, I probably shouldn't. But I don't have a lot of shocks. I only have like 1 shock in my main deck. Anyway. So here, okay, fuck. It's too late for all this thinking. What do I do here? Well, obviously they didn't play a... They probably don't have a high noon. I mean, I don't hate Hex Magicking here. I'm just trying to see what the... Yeah, I don't mind. I don't think it's bad to Hex Magic here. I think it's a good... It's not a bad Hex Magic. Because, like, the problem... It's just... Don't... Like, this deck's not... It's... Yeah. I think I... Because, like, I'm gonna at least do this. So at least I'm drawing 1 card. And then I'm gonna cast the Rens Resolve. And I can even, like... I guess worst case scenario is, like, they reprieve. So if they have a reprieve, it would be pretty awkward. Because then they would, like... I would Desperate Ritual. But it would still be a 3-mana draw, too. I mean, I guess I sacked the Strike It Rich, so it's kind of like card disadvantage. I think I actually did look at their list, and I saw they didn't have Reprieve. Like, if they had Reprieves, I might have played it a bit slower. Because this play could be bad against Reprieve, but if they don't have Reprieve, I can just Ritual and double Rens Resolve. And then I gotta use... And then it's like a draw 4, and the card I lose is the Awakening. So yeah, but I actually hit 2 mountains. I remember I was absolutely, like... Oh, so distraught here, because this was after I drew 2 wishes to, like, losing game 1. Now I'm drawing all my mountains, but I'm not like in that bad of a spot because also I think I'm gonna like literally I do a play of I just shuffle back in these thing, so I go Desperate Ritual and then I just shuffle back in the mountain, and this was my only shock land in my deck. That's why I oh no, I think yeah I'm gonna like play the shock land, or I don't know what's happening here. So yeah, Valakut Awakening. I think I keep like 1 impulse maybe, and then yeah, pass to them. So I lose those 2. They didn't have anything, so I think I'd probably just play Ruby, see what happens. It resolves. Should I have tried to go for something here? Well, maybe I'm going to. Yeah, why would I wait? Because if they had Reprieve, they could have just reprieved this. I could have gone Ritual Manamorphose past In Flames. I'm kind of... Oh, I didn't... Did I... No, I have a mountain I could fetch. I mean, maybe I got scared of Reprieve, but I feel like if they have Reprieve, they would reprieve the Ruby. But it's definitely not 100%. Anyway. Yeah, not sure. Let's see. They Wrath of Skies. surveil, and then here I should just go for it. Obviously, it's over. So let's go next game. Yeah. Uh, yeah. I mean, you can see I don't mind keeping these one landers on the draw because I don't know. I think they're like close to 80% to hit a land. I don't know what the actual odds are, but yeah. I see a land. I think I kept that land because I didn't want to miss my third land drop. I think I cast Artist Talent because I didn't really care about it. Yeah. They reprieve it, sure. They high noon me, sure. Um, I think I cast Artist Talent. I mean, I remember debating this play for a little bit, but I figured that if I don't, the thing was, I was like, if I don't cast Artist Talent now, I might not be able to cast it for like a really long time. Obviously, I could Realm Manamorphose, but I don't even know if that accomplishes that much. So I was just like, yeah, I'll just get my Artist Talent down. And they actually kill my land on their turn, which lets me Manamorphose on their turn, which is convenient under the High Noon. So I do that. Manamorphose, get rid of, I don't know, a ritual, I guess. And I actually see this thing, and I remember tanking here because I could Besage you now or I could wait. Um, and, you know, maybe I should have waited, but... Actually, yeah, maybe... So, I could... Well, I don't have a reducer in play. Okay, I see. I mean, I think if they had a second High Noon, they should have just played the second High Noon. So I think that it makes sense to Besage you their High Noon and, like, not expect them to play a second one. And if they play a second one, I don't know, it's beats. Obviously that would like let them play something, but unlike most of the 2-drops I don't care about. Obviously they could reprieve, but yeah. So what did I start with? I think I started with Ritual. Yeah, it makes sense to play around thing. I think I was planning to level the talent because I figured that they don't have a lot of ways to remove talent. So yeah, I actually discarded the Ral. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Go discard the Thought Seeds, which is questionable if I should even bring it in. I don't even loot here. Yeah, I was just racking up card advantage. Then I do this. I cast Valakut Awakening. And I think they scoop here because I win the flip. And they don't have an erode, I guess. Yeah. I mean, if they didn't have a High Noon, I was going to be up a good amount of cards. And, like, in a good spot to combo next turn, especially because this was leveled, right? Yeah. So, yeah, we can go to the next game. Round 4. It looks like this is a fight. Oh, was this a Prowse player? Not yet. Nice, easy keep. They plot a Slick Shot. I did tank about going for it here. And I think this was actually like a really hard decision about like whether to go for it or whether to try and untap. And I felt like I was like 50%. Like I don't know the actual odds, but I would guess that it was roughly like 40, like I don't know, like around half, maybe a bit less than half to untap. But if I went for it, I need to find I need to find so many things. So like let's say I go like, yeah, Ritual Ruby, Morphos. I have 2 mana floating and I draw a card and then I Rend Resolve. And not only do I need to hit, like part of the problem with going for it now is my Artist Talent doesn't do anything. I guess if Artist Talent was the famous Pass in Flames, it would be a little bit easier to go off because then I'd only need mana. But yeah, I just played slow, and luckily they're short, and they even bolt me main phase to make it to tap out, and yeah, then they're easily dead here. Yeah, and this is a classic Storm decision where you're thinking, do I go for it now or do I wait a turn to go off? Like, what gives me better odds? But my odds to like win that turn just seem so low, and my odds to untapped, like they didn't seem great, but they didn't seem horrible because I knew they didn't play, you know, like a 1-drop, so that makes their hand kind of more stacked, if that makes sense, because uh, you know, that means I know they don't like their hands either just like 2 drops, like a Quarry, Steel Card, or Slick Shot, and just spells, right? Yeah, but anyway, we can go next. So game 2. So yeah, looks like I won that one. So that means I'm gonna lose this one, I guess. Yeah, we're going through this pretty fast. Okay. Yeah, I would probably keep this. I can Hex Magic quickly. Oh yeah, this was actually a very interesting game, and I have a Grave Shot. Okay, so like, yeah, this I could have gone like Ritual Hex Magic, but it just seems so much better if I draw a land to Hex Magic, and it seemed like pretty likely they might have a counter spell. I mean, I guess I would need exactly a Spell Pierce. Like maybe I should have just gone for the Ritual, because I make them have exactly Spell Pierce. But the fact they didn't have a 1 or 2 drop, like if you think, I mean, they could have a 2 drop in hand, and they're just waiting on it to play a thing. And obviously, yeah, Passing Flames are pretty bad draws here. Classic Passing Flames. I shouldn't hate on it because then it's just gonna give me bad juju. I'm gonna never draw it when I need it or whatever. Anyway, so yeah, they go for that. I draw a Ral. And I think I just grape shotted it, honestly, because I was like, okay. And yeah, then they try and protect it. It doesn't even work. So I'm like, okay. And then they pass again. I was like, oh, okay. Um, they have 2 cards in hand. I mean, looking back at this, do I just cast Ral? Like, what's gonna happen? Because it's not. Okay, I go for Ritual because like looking back, watching this, I almost just want to cast my Ral. Like this is interesting. Also, this is where Opalite and Decklist would help, because if I knew they have like Spell Snare in their deck, then it makes playing Ral so much of a better play. I'm not even sure like what I'm trying to do here. Because the thing is, I feel like if they try and bolt the Ral, they're just gonna have like no resources. So like I should probably just try and cast the Ral. Probably I was like, oh, I have all these rituals, I can just try and like protect the Ral. But anyway. So I go for Ral here, which like kind of makes sense, but they have Spell Snare, and it's like, okay, now they got a 2-for-1 me, that sucks. Then they get the, was that plotted? I don't even know where that just came out of. I guess it was plotted. Maybe I missed plotting. This happens a lot against me. And then I think they Spell Snare this and I die. Oh no. That happens. Could I have ritualed more times? I don't know. I would have only had 1 floating, and then I die. So yeah. I mean, playing into their not playing the Ral was like really bad. Um, to help me lose this game. Like that was kind of a troll game to lose, but I think I get lucky. Last game, let's see. Yeah, great hand. Obviously, kind of vulnerable if they have a spell snare or something, but well, not really. I have a good build up. Yeah, easy graveyard. I did kind of tank for a while what to play because I was like, well, maybe they're more likely to pass with a consign because like if they have lightning bolt, they might play a 1 drop or like a preordain. Like they don't have to hold up lightning bolt. So arguably they're more likely to have consign or spell pierce and they have more copies of consign and spell pierce. But at the same time, Ral might be more valuable in play because then I could try and like how do you call it? I can try to like flip it. I don't know why that took me so long to say. I can try to flip Ral, but there's also another thing I realize of a play pattern is like let's say I play Ral now, and then they let's say I play Ruby Medallion now, and they can sign it, and then they untap, and then they play like a Slick Shot or a Core Steel, and then I go like Ral Impulse. Now they can bolt my Ral, but if I resolve Ruby, they can't really remove my Ruby easily. So I think it's kind of close. I think I went for Ruby in the end, but I think it was like very close what to go for here. Because Ruby's also just the generically more powerful play because Ruby discounts Ral and the other is not true. But honestly, I could see playing Ral. They're less likely to counter it, and then like this way, if they do something, then I can play Ruby plus Impulse. But I am missing a lot. Like my hands, I have way too many lands. I have 4 lands, so I'm like really banking on this Impulse. To go DRC Crypt. I draw a Gemstone. Yeah, I started with an Impulse, sure. And let's see, do I just go cast Ritual? And then I probably cast Ral, yeah. And then I cast Valakut Awakening. I think they go. I could have arguably started on Ritual, but they would just see that I have Valakut Awakening. They would just like I could have started with Awakening. Maybe that was a better move because then I could potentially draw more instants. I don't even know what I'm saying, but anyways, I do that. Uh, so yeah, actually I lose the flip, sure, but I Valakut Awakening, draw 4, pretty nice. And yeah, I hit Passing Flames pretty luckily. Let me just do a quick mana count to see if I needed it to be passing. Oh yeah, I guess if it was Wish, I would have to get like Empty the Warrens or something sketchy. I'm trying to just see if this Passing Flames a Wish, because like obviously, yeah, it's not. Here I can just go, like play a ritual, play Passing Flames. They crack their thing, and then I go Manamorphose Desperate Ritual. But if it was a Wish, I would have 4, 6. Let me just see how much mana I would have. 1 second. Or how much mana I do have. 4, 6, 7, 8. So I have 8 mana. So I could Wish with 8 mana. Pretty high Storm count. So I could empty the Warrens. And Storm counts would be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it would be 26 goblins. Which seems better than like getting a glimpse and trying to draw 3. But anyway, I get pretty lucky. So then I go for Pass in Flames. They crack it. But then I Manamorphose. I hit another Manamorphose. And yeah. Pretty lucky. Do that. And here I'm like, it's pretty hard probably to win. I get to see like 5, 6 cards. I don't know how many. And I see a Wish, so it's over. Okay. This was Goryo's, I know, because I think they top 8'd. Easy Mulligan. Easy keep. Let's... Fuck, man. I hate this deck. It's too hard. I mean, I probably bottomed the Ritual, because I already have 2 Morphos to make mana with my Ral. It would depend on the matchup. Like, if you keep the Ritual, you could try and go for a turn 2 thing. Like, I could go Ritual, play Ral, Morphos. But I did know, I think I had a feeling they were Goryo's, because I searched them up, and obviously the Pro Tour is going to be open deck list. But obviously there's reasons to consider the Ritual, I guess, because then you could go for, like, turn 2 kill, and, like, you would have 4 mana floating, and 3 cards in hand, and 3 spells cast. So it's actually, like, probably pretty solid chance to flip Ral. Like, has to be at least a coin flip. But yeah, I thought that they might like Thoughtseize me or force me or whatever. Okay, so yeah, here I actually played slow. Because so I could slam Ral, but then they could Solitude it. Here my idea was sort of that like I'm gonna try and play like if I draw a land, my plan was like to try and play Ral and like have multiple Manamorphoses up so they can't Solitude it. So obviously there's like some downsides to this play. But this way, like, if I draw a land, then I can next turn play Impulse with a land. And, like, if I don't draw a land, then maybe I'm drawing something good or something. I don't know. I think it's kind of a close choice, but, like, Ral doesn't have to trade with Solitude if I played a bit slower. And then, yeah, they actually go for Pending, so that works out perfectly for me. I draw a land, and then I actually run the flashback, so I'm absolutely euphoric. Because now I can like, drawing the land was perfect, because now I can do the Ral with protection from Solitude up pretty easily. Yeah, so... I go for Ral. Honestly, I could have maybe played the land. I was holding the land in case I draw like a Hex Magic, but this way I have to sack my treasure. So maybe it was better to just play the land. And also I guess I'm like Artist Talent too. Like I have a lot of ways to loot away the land. I don't completely hate holding it, but the treasure might be valuable. I don't know. So yeah, because now they Solitude. This was actually a mistake. I let it resolve because I didn't want it to target itself, but then obviously they could ephemerate it, and I realized it right away. But luckily they only have 1 card in hand, so it wouldn't be the worst because you see I would go up on cards. But actually flip it to protect it, and yeah, I love Valakut Awakening so much. And I think I go off here. Oh no, I waited a turn because obviously they could like maybe Goryo's me or something. But I thought my odds were better if I just waited a turn. But I don't know. And then because like even if they do have a Goryo's, there were like chances I could maybe beat the Atraxa with the Ruby in play and my hand being this. And then they're dead. So what was their draw? It wasn't they Prismatic Ending my treasure, and they had a Solitude. So they had 2 interaction spells. Yeah. But obviously not very effective because both of their interaction didn't really do anything. Okay, let's go next. But that's kind of nice with Striker Edge. Puts them in a tough spot. Worth noting, pretty easy keep. I kept in 1 Bestage just in case they had High Noon. I feel like High Noon's good in Modern now, which I shouldn't say. No, High Noon's bad in Modern now. Don't play it. So they've been in Atraxa, so here I'm freaking out. I've been to Pass in Flames. What do I do here? If they pass, that'd be crazy. Oh yeah. Okay, so I Manamorphose. Oh, because I have Thoughtseizes in my deck, sure. So I was like, yeah, if I would cast a Thoughtseize if I find one, so I figure I'll cycle the first one. And then upon seeing Ral, I decide that next turn I'll just try and play, like, I'm going to, like, try and put more value on the Manamorphose now that I do have a Ral. And I just go for an Impulse. And it actually works out pretty well because they Spell Snare it, which I'm quite happy with, honestly. Well, I guess I shouldn't say it, given and these Storms things. So they play a Frog. So obviously I'm relieved that they don't have Gorios. And what? Yeah. So here it's interesting because I could go I think I go Ruby, and I'm like, if they have Consign, they have Consign. I mean, I could also cast Hex Magic. Um, Yeah, it does kind of feel like they have a solid chance to have Consign, so maybe I'm supposed to just go for Hex Magic. It's more like mana efficient anyway. Um, yeah, I was like, maybe I was scared. I'm like, oh, maybe I can't cast all my spells next turn. But like, I can just cast Ral with like Ritual Manamorphose. If they have a counterspell for Ral, it's beats, but they usually don't have counterspells for Ral. And then I can just cast my Ruby at the later stage. And also, like, I'm still gonna get guaranteed. Like, I get pretty. I gotta draw like at least more than 2 cards because I gotta play the land. I gotta play the Ral, and then I gotta like play the ritual or whatever. So yeah, I think I probably should have gone for Hex Magic, but I go for Ruby, and they have Consign or Spell Snare, so they actually don't have Consign. So I guess it almost works well. But it makes sense. Like they don't have Gorios in hand. They don't have a Thoughtseize. And so it's like reasonable. And also, I think I was partly thinking if I Consign, they can't like Surveil, which would be valuable for them. Whatever, just they attack. And I think I just play Ral and they scoop. I go for Morphos. It was actually kind of interesting what to go for first, or like how to sequence this, because I don't have a lot of cards in hand, you can tell. I'll go for another Morphos, just make some more mana. Go for a Hex Magic. I had a Passing Lanes in the yard. And yeah, they literally don't have interaction. I'm not sure what their hand, like maybe they have Prismatic Ending. Um, Maybe they have Atraxa in hand. It's kind of confusing what they have in hand, honestly, that they wouldn't have played. Like they could have Solitude and no white cards, but most of the cards they can't play are white cards. Uh, Consigned to memory, I guess, at this point, but they use a snare last turn anyway, so their hand's just really bad. I mean, they have double snare for turn 4, so I guess I'd be double snare on turn 4. That's kind of cool. And obviously they had a frog, but it only got to draw them 1 card, so it was like an Elvish Visionary. Just kidding. Okay, round 6. It's, yeah, la la la. Like the frog didn't find them. Interaction is what I'm trying to say. Okay, yeah, pretty bad hand. I don't think I kept this, even if I was molding. I think I probably mold this back too. Just not good. This hand's better. Oh yeah, I think my opponent was on Samwise, so I was very happy. It's kind of interesting whether to keep the land or not, but if you count all this as mana, it's like I have 4 mana sources, so I'm like, yeah, I don't want more mana. And like, I really don't want this to hit lands, yada yada yada. So it makes sense. Birthing Ritual. So I just slam Ruby, I'm pretty sure, because it reduces my Ral. I mean, I could have played Ral and ignored the Ruby, but I think getting Ruby in play has value. I mean, I drew Pass and Flame, so it already reduces that and whatever. So they seem fine. And yeah, here I just start off a Ren's Resolve, and yeah, here I'm like, I'm pretty sure I can flip my Ral, and I do, obviously, and then they scoop. So yeah, next game. Probably, maybe my best matchup I played in the tournament. They have a Soulless Jailer, but I have a lot of outs to it. So let's. Oh yeah, I'm ult to 4. I'm ult to 4. This is a nice game. So it's kind of interesting. I could arguably only keep 1 land, but I decided to just keep Ral Morphos. I don't know the math. I don't know what the Storm people would say, but that's what I do. I draw another land, so I'm like, oh, I wish I kept the Ren's Resolve. They attack me. I Witch. I'm so euphoric. I draw an Impulse. Samwise, and I'm pretty sure I win here on turn 3. And I was so happy because I'm ult to 4 and I won on turn 3. So yeah, I do that. Let's see, did I hit? And I hit another Morphos. It's not even like my draw, like obviously my draw is good, like I won on turn 3, but it's not like it was like everything had to go perfectly. Like I literally have 3 lands right now, right? And by the way, Valakut Awakening carrying the fucking game. Holy shit, like like it's literally just a draw 4 right now. Like I can't contain my bromance for this card. Like I just, Jesus Christ. And yeah. And oh, another one. How perfect. But actually, I was kind of, I think I went for like, yeah, so I did the trick, blah blah blah, ult Ral. My Ral does hit. It's actually kind of interesting. I almost miss on the Ral ultimate. But then I eventually find another Ral and then I win. So yeah, next game. And yeah. Round 7. Oh, this is a cringe game. Oh no. It's against control. This was like a questionable hand, but yeah, I was pretty sure my opponent's playing some kind of control deck. And I know that, like, the gemstone's already mulligan, but I just thought this was like a good mulligan to have like 2 impulses and, you know, whatever against a control deck. Maybe not. So I was pretty happy with Strike It Rich because I actually cut a Pass in Flames for a Strike It Rich, and obviously it's way better than Pass in Flames here because I can actually cast it. And what happens? I cast another Resolve. Yeah, well, it makes sense. I have to play this land from exile this turn, right? So yeah, I just cast Resolve, play Strike It Rich, and hit a Hex Magic. And luckily they were not playing the list with Narset, because Narset would be unbeatable here. I think, yeah, I play the Artist Talent because this way I can guarantee getting a loot with the Hex Magic, and I obviously extremely value looting away the thing. It's kind of interesting because then I get like 1 less card in hand if this does resolve, and actually it ends up resolving. I was surprised. I was like really freaking out they're going to Orms Chant me or something. Yeah, they go for like a Brain Surge, I think. How much, like, pay attention to my clock here, I guess, is something to keep in mind. So yeah, they don't Orms Chant me, so I'm so happy. I go for Ral. Let's see, do they counterspell it? And then what happens? I just go. Oh yeah, I splice my thing. I go for Pass in Flames, and I think this is enough. Oh no, I have to pass. I mess up because I think I like held. I think I should have just been more aggressive, and like I think I like didn't like one of my rituals is not on the Pass in Flames. Like I held 1 ritual to like play around Force, but the problem is if they untap, they can just consult into Orm's Chant, and I was literally 1 mana short of comboing. I think there. Um, and yeah, they do it. And I'm like, oh my god, like this is such a like a nightmare. Like everything's going right for me, but they can still just find an Orm's Chant. Like the deck's literally just cantrips and Orm's Chant, but somehow they don't have it. They have a Spell Snare, and I think they don't have an answer to my Ral. I flipped it to like try and play around Solitude, um, because I had so much gas. Yeah, I think. Oh no, this is where like I grape shot. Yeah, this might have been. I grape shot them to 1. Yeah, look at my clock. I don't know how this took this long. DQs, and I was like, okay, this way I have like they're gonna need to have like end. I was like, oh, they probably don't have a lot of removal for Ral, and like if they do have removal for Ral, then I can just like try and go for Pass in Flames. Yeah, somehow it resolves. They have 4 cards in hand. Yeah, and okay, next game. Yeah, I had like no time. It's a miracle that I pull this game out with a win. Or yeah. So let's see. Yeah, I keep this, sure, I guess. Okay, yeah, I have like options. I mean, I think I want to cast Ral or Artist Talent. Yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense to play Ral. I don't know. What do I do? Yeah, I play Ral, sure. Because I don't think they even have like that much removal for Ral. And I don't know. Obviously, I have a second one. Obviously, there's arguments for playing Artist Talent, but this was fine. So they ending it, and then what? Now I play Artist Talent. Yeah, I could have played Ral Ren's Resolve. Um, Not 100% sure this is a better play. Probably I was being obsessed with like keeping my Ral alive against like a Solitude or something. But this place kind of like doesn't use all my mana. So I don't know if it's better than going for Ral plus Ren's Resolve. Like they probably won't have removal for Ral. And then I can just Ren's Resolve. Um, yeah. Obviously I was just like, oh, I want to, hold it for longer term, or I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, I don't think it's that bad. Yeah, that was a cheeky play, passing the phase. That was because if they killed this, I might have wanted to hold the Valakut. I don't know 100% if it's the right card to play, but like since I had Pass in Flames and this in play, I was like, okay, maybe I want to play it. I don't know. So they Fairy bounce it. Now what do I do here? Here do I go for Ral, finally? No, I go for Artist Talent again. Then I probably play Ren's Resolve, discard a Pass in Flames, sure. Okay, start off with a Ren's Resolve. Sure. Yeah. I could just Hex Magic to force them to counter it. But part of the problem is I was scared of them Orms chanting me next turn. So if I was scared of Orms chant, so that's why I play Manamorphose, because it's a bit better against Orms chant. Then I Hex Magic. And yeah, like if they just have an Orms chant, I'm screwed. Like the draw must be horrendously bad. Well, oh, they have a Consult here. Okay, yeah. So they plus, and then they Surgical my Passing Flames, I think. Stock up, and I'm like, I remember I'm thinking I have like 4 minutes. I'm like, oh, I can't, they're gonna Orm chant me. But I'm like, at least they don't have a good card advantage. I mean, they have 6 cards in hand. I played Ral. I don't know. I have a second one, I guess, because they can't consign it. I think I just wanted to like cast a lot of spells before they find an Orm's chant. So yeah, let's see. They ending my Ral? Sure. Maybe not. Yeah, I thought seize them, and they do something weird. They like march my artist talent. And their hand was, yeah, like a force and whatever. They play a Ral. I don't even know what's gonna happen here. I'm gonna click random buttons. I think I was getting, yeah, and I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. So they do that. Again, I could still lose if they find Orm's Chant, but at least they like don't have a lot of cards left. They counterspell. I'm pretty sure they die here. Because, yeah, I knew that their last card in hand's a Kahira. They only had 1 card. Okay. And then, this is going to be Giga Cringe, but I guess it's good learning experience. Because there's going to be a lot of throws. There's actually going to be a lot of throws. Okay, what was that first hand? It looked like a 1-lander, I guess. I'm not even going to... Okay, I can't... Let's go. Yeah, there is a lot of throws happening in this game. No, it seems like an easy keep. No way I'm all this. No way I'm mulligan this. What the fuck just happened there? Is this replay bugged? There's no way I would keep this. This replay has to be bugged. Yeah, I mean, it's not letting me go forward. Okay, what? So, yeah, I'm pretty sure I kept the first hand. I don't know what the hell just happened. But basically the misplay that happened is I was like giga ahead, but then I just play all my 2-drops in play, and I'm like, oh shit, if they engineered explosives me, I could lose to that. Like I should have played around engineered explosives. But like their hand was bad. I think they just like didn't do anything. They were playing Affinity, by the way. If I had a Surveil land, I'd probably keep it. Okay, here's actually a pretty interesting choice because I have the option to Gemstone or not. And yeah, Artist Talent not looking the best here. Maybe I make too many excuses for this card. Because like if it was like any other form of card draw, it would be super easy. I would just bottom a Ritual, Gemstone, or Ritual, play turn 1 Rel. I don't know. But I actually chose not to Gemstone because I thought that I might need the resources, which might be not a good idea. Because I immediately draw Hex Magic and I'm like, well, then I was like, oh, maybe I want to turn 1 Rao. What if they're going to race me? But their hand's going to be like unplayable. Like they're going to pass back. And it's just going to be cringe. So yeah, I play Artist Talent because I was like, oh yeah, if they want to counter, it's fine. Honestly, I could have considered passing with Nature's Claim, but there are problems with that. Because they like to try and stop Rebuke, but they could just like leave a drone back, or they could just like draw a land or something. So I don't mind getting a Rebuke out of their hand for an Artist Talent that I don't care about that much. So yeah, then they attack. And yeah, this is just going to be the throw of throws. So I Nature's Claim because so they can't Rebuke, and then I play Ral. If they have Gallblast, it beats, I guess, but it seemed fine. If they have Gallblast, I'll just go for Hex Magic for 3 next turn. And here's going to be the throw of throws. Like they obviously have a Rebuke. They have like no pressure. I can just sit here and wait. I can just play it slow. But I tank for a while, and I like it's pretty face up they have Rebuke. Like right? So, or they just have nothing. They have 1 card in hand. So, you know, there's like a few things. Like I could just Hex Magic, but I could just play it slow because I can just pay for a Rebuke if I just wait. I think I should have just waited, but I thought that I was likely to flip the Rally. I mean, we could do the math really quick. Well, first of all, I could play a Ritual and then they would just Rebuke it, and I don't even know if I'm happy with that. Like, I don't think that's even good for me. So I should have waited. Obviously, part of the problem of waiting is like, what if they draw a Damping Sphere or something? But like, whatever. I don't know. they obviously have a Rebuke in hand. So yeah, I could start the turn by like going with a Ritual. I think I was scared of them drawing a Kappa Cannoneer, and then I think yeah. So I was like, oh well, what if they draw a Kappa and then they have Rebuke up, and then let's see how much did they tap? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they put me to 12, and the Kappa is only a 6/6, but it's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So then it would be like risky if I like lost coin flips with my Ral. But anyway, we could see. So let's say Ritual resolves. Then I go to 3 mana. Then I go to 5 mana, 6, 7. So I have 7 mana. But obviously I want to like Hex Magic earlier. Like I'd play 1 Ritual and then I would play Hex Magic. I think that was my plan. I was like, I'll play Ritual and then I'll play Hex Magic. It'll be a draw 2. And I was like, even. But yeah, I don't know. I guess if they like counter my Ritual, maybe it's not that bad. So like, let's say a Ritual and they counter it. Maybe I'm not that unhappy with that because then next turn I can just pay 2 mana and Hex Magic. So I guess it's not horrible. So I go Ritual and Hex Magic. Yeah, Ritual. So yeah, it's not a horrible. Honestly, it's not a horrible plan to go just play my Ritual and then because they could also draw Galv Blast. Yeah, there's a lot of good draws they could have even though their board's not good. So I can go Ritual and then if they let it resolve, then I Hex Magic. It's only a draw 2, but I have Ral in play, which kind of like maybe adds some value to it. Let's think. So if I go Ritual, 3 mana, Hex Magic, uh, that means I would have 3 floating, and I need to cast 6 spells to ultimate my Ral around, like minimum around that. I was also thinking that like one of the things is I could wish for like a board wipe and then I could ultimate Ral. But here's actually a big problem came up with having one win con. Because basically I could have wished for a grape shot, hit all their things, and flip my Ral and gone for like and then like tried to +1, tried to untap with the Ral. So like with the Storm count of 7. But the problem that's gonna happen is I realize that if I go for a grape shot, I have no win cons in my deck because they can just Tormod script my thing, and I'm only playing one grape shot. Like I'm not playing the Empty the Warrens. I thought you could wish for the grape shot if it was exiled. Like I literally didn't know you need like this you need 2 win cons if you want to prolong. So I remember what happened here. I was like, oh yeah, I can just grape shot their board and flip my Ral and whatever, and it's fine. So yeah, so I go for Ritual. Yeah, you can see I attack for 1. I don't know. So I go for Ritual. Sure, that's a pretty good attack, I guess. Go for Hex Magic. I don't know why I tapped my mana. I should have obviously tapped like a colorless mana. That's actually going to be a pretty bad thing that somehow I'm not aware. Okay, I just tap all my red mana. That's like obviously really bad in this spot. Really, really bad. So I go for Ritual, and yeah, I draw another Wish. So yeah, here actually, this is going to be really embarrassing. I'm going to like not, so yeah, so I go for a Wish here. And I'm aware at this point that, oh shit, I can't get Grape Shot. And if I get Fire Magic, they can just counter it. But they counter it. I'm like, oh, he, nice. Now I'm just going to go Fire Magic their board, try to flip my Ral. But the problem that I realize that happens here is they have Tormod script and both my wishes are in the graveyard. So I can't win the game outside of like getting Artist Talent to level 2 in mind. Like I have no realistic win con. And my opponent has literally nothing, no clock, nothing. I'm actually in such a good spot, but I literally just can't win. And I'm just like malding. I'm freaking out. I can't believe what's going on. They damping. I'm like, yeah. Here I'm like thinking about scooping or not. I'm trying to like tell if I have any way to win or whatever, but like I'm low on time. So I don't know. Most of the plays kind of made sense. I mean, again, that was another spot where drawing both wishes was so bad because they had a Tormod script in play, so that like I couldn't just like do stuff. And obviously, like I don't know how many flips I lost. Like maybe it was 2 flips. So obviously that's like not crazy unlikely to happen. Okay, here's the one. I'm like, oh yeah, maybe I have too many Besejus because this hand's literally perfect. Well, it's not perfect, but it has too many Besejus. But I get a keepable thing, so they do this, la la la. Yeah, this is another cringe moment that's gonna come up. Did I draw a Ral? Am I that lucky? Yeah, I draw a Ral because I'm that lucky. I go Damping Sphere, I think. Here it's kind of an interesting choice. Like I think I'm supposed to Manamorphose because they have a Damping Sphere and then I just Hex Magic. I think I have to Hex Magic because if I start playing Artist Talent, my hand's just gonna be small. And yeah. So I just Hex Magic, and this is kind of... I think I should have just Manamorphosed. I don't know what I was thinking, honestly. Well, I had 5 minutes. I was probably freaking out. And here I decided to minus on the Emery, but I didn't... I was low on clock. I was like... I didn't realize, oh, now they can just kill it with Saga. But I was like, oh yeah, minus Emery. He, nice play. But not a nice play, because now my Ral's going to die. And I'm realizing it here. I'm going in full panic mode. Yeah, I could wish for like a prismatic ending, but then my position's not even good because I don't have any reducer or anything. So I go for a play of like Artist Talent plus Manamorphose. No, I Manamorphose? What am I doing? Okay. Why did I do this? I don't even know what I'm doing at this point. So then I go for Artist Talent in this order. I'm not really sure what is going on, but anyway. I mean, I remember my play. I was like trying to find a removal. Maybe I can protect my Ral. I do it now because oh yeah, I can Valakut Awakening too. I do it now so they can't like needle my Boseiju. And I'm just complete panicking. They name Ral, so I was kind of euphoric. That's like a pretty risky move by them, but anyway, they have a Rebuke and I'm just dead. And yeah, I felt like I could have probably won these games. I mean, yeah, their draw wasn't that good. I mean, it was solid. They had turn 1 Emery, turn 2 Damping was a Rebuke up, and a Saga. But I was on the play. I had to turn 2 Ral, which I top decked. I didn't even have it at the start. I mean, I just had Artist Talent. Yeah, I mean, watching these replays, Artist Talent's definitely maybe not as good as I think, but I don't know. I'm gonna keep playing it because I like it. Yep, I guess that's the challenge. I have some more innovations I'm cooking up, obviously, that I want to try out. But watching these games, I can definitely see, like, I want to try and play less passive. Like, I have a theory about playing less Pass and Flames. But watching these games, there's a lot of spots where it was like good, where other cards wouldn't be. Obviously, there was a lot of spots where post board it was bad because they had like Rest in Peace or a bunch of hate. But you can trim it at post board. That's not a problem, really. There's just a lot of spots with Artist Talent where it's just like very slow. Like it slows me down. I mean, the thing I like about Artist Talent is you can just play it turn 2. Like it makes more of your hands keepable, I feel like. Um, yeah. But I definitely noticed a lot of spots where like it was I needed to have Pass and Flames to win that turn. But anyway, this is all